Why that nigga think he Chapo, just another West Coast rapper? Why that nigga think he popped off? Big dog, hear the engine purring on that Goudeaux. Sliding through the ghetto still, swerving through the pothole. Me and my little buddy, he go everywhere that I go. Rapid trigger finger, they thought this
What's good? What's good, everybody?
water on my stove, I heat it.
I don't know who's gonna be in here tonight. I sent out a couple links to people, but who knows? This is gonna be more practice the way I see it. So, anyways, I'm here. Let me turn the music off. That's a new album out right now on even.biz. I don't know if you've ever used Even, but it's a new program. I'm sorry, new program. It's a new company designed to pay the artist. So really, this isn't on any other streaming platforms. It's not on Apple. It's not on YouTube. I probably shouldn't have played that right there, but just a second of it. That was Gayu Kaku, which is one of the singles that's on here. I think so because when you buy that, you get Gayu Kaku separately. So yeah, it would be a single. But there's also a video on Rich Rocka's YouTube, which I can put the link later. Actually, let me just probably just go to it real quick. So this is right here. Let's see. I'm not monetized yet, so I want to see if this can get me flagged or not, or how that works. Figure it out. It's worth it though.
It's just water on the stove, I heat it till it boils.
My brother right there, man. Again, my frame rate for the playback right now is crappy. I actually have to get Streamlabs. So when I get Streamlabs and everything set up, but again, we're thugging it. I just wanted to get some practice in here on doing this. Like I said, it's really unnatural for me to talk to myself, besides in my head, but you know how it is. But anyways, this is the Rich Rocka. If you go to Rich Rocka's YouTube, this is the Rocka Vision using the, I believe they're the Meta goggles or the Meta glasses, however, whatever they are. I'm not sure. But I know it's his vision. It's Rocka Vision. It's
I don't need 2, 3
right
of me
now.
to tell me
See
that I'm
those
royal.
glasses right
Trap
there.
nothing
What
like
you're seeing from his view.
but it's goods and oil. I'm gonna see you when I see you, hater. I won't even block you. Chopper cooking up the beef like we that guy you cocking. Keep the mission to yourself. You know they can't.
Yeah. That's the rap wizard right there, boy. Look at that first stop right there. That's the rap wizard right there. That's the homie. That's my brother, man. That's Rich Rocka, aka your boy. Like I said, his album is dope, man. That album is amazing. I actually want to do a full album review, so I do plan on doing a full album review. Look, they got a chat in here. I can actually go on here and tell them that. Wait, let me see. Is that the same one? Let's see. Does that pull us up? Yeah, perfect. Okay, what do you guys see right now? You're still seeing that. So let's go back to even. We go to chat. Watch. We're gonna go ahead and put. Oh no, is my connection wrong? Huh. Let's try that again. There it is. Okay, so just wanted to share that with them. Let's get back to it. All right. So what I did is he has a chat system, which is pretty cool. So when an artist sells their product, again, I've only ever seen this from the end of from the side of using it, like purchasing something. And so when you buy something from the artist here, you actually get this exclusive, access to the purchase material. And then right here, you have additional access. Here we go. So this is a content, and that's fine because I don't need to do that right now. But there's a video for Gayu Kaku that is only available through the Even platform, which is pretty cool. So I just wanted to show you that again, and then you have a chat feature where the community chat for the release that you have a chat available, and as the artist, you can actually reach out and directly communicate with your fans, which is pretty cool. And I'm not going to go in there like that because again, you got to have access to it. Get to talk to us, but I at least wanted to let them know again that that I'm on here discussing it. So let's talk about it a little bit real quick. This is not actually what I plan to start with. I think my title says, "Is Fairfield Jonny a felon?" That was a title, and I haven't in all vulnerability and all honesty, my phone is broken and I'm replacing a new one. I mean, it's like it works, but the screen is messed up and I'm not able to like just easily type out a link or anything like that. So, no shame in my game getting a new phone this weekend. But I have so much stuff planned, so much stuff going on. One of the things we want to talk about. But before we get to that, let's talk real quickly about this Your Boy versus Rich Rocka album. Again, I want to do a full album review. However, because it's uneven and because right now the platform there is it's it's where you got to listen to it at, and I don't have really permission to just go ahead and play it. And I know that I think I've been thinking about this, right? And then again, this is part of all this. I've been thinking about this, and I can ask, my friend, Rich Rocka, yo, I want to do the review, but then, everybody else would just be doing the review. Even if they bought it and they're reviewing it on there, they're just gonna review it. So I don't want to be like, why do I gotta ask permission or anything like that? But that's part of why I've been me. That's part of what makes me me is I'm not gonna step outside of my boundary with someone that have a relationship with and I'm cool with and disrespect or take anything away from them. So right now, if you want to listen to this album, you have to go to even.biz. You need to search Your Boy versus Rich Rocka. It might be on the front page. I'm not sure. Let's see if it's on there at all. Let me see. I'm not seeing it right there. But again, Your Boy versus Rich Rocka. It's on even. Okay. Sorry. I get a pet peeve when people drink and eat on the mic. So I'm gonna really try not to do that at all. But I had dry mouth really bad, and I think it sounded worse when I was talking raspy than it did before. So, anyways, all right. Real quickly, let me just check something. I want to see if what I did post went. All right, it's back on me, right? Let's see here. Just looking at my Instagram right now. I just want to make sure what I. Okay. So yeah, it did post. Okay, cool. All right. So here we are live streaming, doing this. Already about 10 minutes in. Man, this time flies when you do this. And so on the title today on the track, kind of following this same topic, this same chain of well, the same thread really is what it is at the end of the day. So following this same thread is who the is Fairfield Johnny, right? Who the is Fairfield Johnny? And it's funny to say that because I say it, as creating a character, a narrative, creating a version here on YouTube, not of myself, but same person everywhere, but just expressing who I am. And this is not coming out right. I'm not feeling how I'm going about this. So, anyways, let me back up and just say who the is Fairfield Johnny. I put that because a lot of times when you are looking for new streamers, new podcasters, you come across a conversation, you come across somebody that may be intriguing to you, and you're like, who the hell is this person? You can look up things and start looking around. And I think that no one can tell my story better than me. And so, as I'm getting into this, getting to get a subscriber base, hopefully start building a channel. I want you guys to be able to learn who I am, and know things about me and what's important to me as well. So yesterday I touched on my foundation work that I do, and I call it foundation work because that's kind of just the colloquial that we use in modern society for doing work that's charity work. But I don't have a 501c3. It is part of my life plan. But one thing about me that I think is probably important to know is, as much fun and as a good time as I like to have, I have a life where I have mitigated risk and responsibility when I don't want to have it. And what I mean by that is, I was married before, and I have been in a serious relationship since then. I have had one or two other serious relationships, but after my divorce, I really just didn't want to waste anybody's time. And so, as a single man, who is has no problem finding a date, I also haven't ever wanted to waste anybody's time or be in someone's life that I wasn't serious about, or that I wasn't um trying to uh build a life with. So that being said, I'm way off. I'm way off where I was starting. This ranting is interesting. I definitely need to learning myself and my brain, knowing how I am. I need to make some show notes on, like, okay, here's where I want to be. Here's where I want to talk. I have tabs open, so the tabs are going to keep me there when I kind of get into that. But I'm right now just ranting and talking about why I'm doing this, or me being single, or whatever. But I'm single, and my life is pretty simple. Is what I meant to say. I'm building a business. I have been building a business. So I got in trouble a long time ago, and this is where I'm gonna go ahead and get this back on track. Okay, so 13 minutes in, 13 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm gonna do like 80. I'm gonna write a little note. 13 minutes and 30 seconds in, I was just rambling, and it was kind of nonsensical. All right, it's ramble. Okay, so um, let's talk about it. All right, so for the last, geez, it is going on for the last 17 years. I have been self-employed, and that's because when I was in college, I made a dumb decision before graduating. Well, before getting to graduate, I made a dumb decision. I was actually at the time rushing a fraternity, Nu Alpha Kappa. Shout out all the Knacks, Nacos. I am kind of considered an unofficial brother. Couple chapters know me from like certain years, but the way fraternities work, it's really weird. You get this like little group, the people who came right before you, you know the people who came after you, and then most people don't stay all the way connected or anything like that and just go on with their lives. So you have your couple of friends you made, which is cool. It's a good thing. I like the fraternity sorority system, except for when it gets into like any kind of abuse or anything like that. Then that's not cool. But anyways, going back to what I said, 17 years ago, I made a mistake in my life. It was 2007, well, the end of 2007, which it makes it almost 18 years ago. But I got in trouble. So what happened was I made some decisions to go down south. When I say down south, I mean from Northern California to Southern California. I took a trip in my vehicle like a dummy. And inside the vehicle was a friend of mine. So me and a friend took a trip down south, and I don't need to go into all the details because I want to respect the other party's privacy that was involved in this. But it was in my car, so I was driving, and the stuff was in the car, and I got arrested with my friend in Long Beach. So I have a love for Long Beach. I mentioned this on last stream, but I love Los Angeles, Southern California, Long Beach, Redondo Beach, Torrance, OC, Irvine, the IE, La Mirada, Bellflower, all the cities down there. I have a special love for because I grew up every summer going down there. That's where all my family's from. So my parents are from. And so, I love being, from California, Northern California and Southern California. And so I took a trip down south with a package, lots of stuff, and I got arrested. And I was one of the stupidest kids that didn't have to do this. I didn't need to do these things. I was trying to be cool. I was trying to make money that I was not even making money to like enjoy it really. You just spend it as fast as you make it. You're just partying all the time. You're just, treating other people, having a good time, taking road trips, taking flights, like doing fun things. But it just all goes so fast. And then all of a sudden it has to come crashing down at some point. Right. And so, I got at the time, ecstasy was really big. That was the whole fizz era, and being from the Bay Area, I thought, excuse me, that I had to, live what these rhymes were about. This fizz entertainment, this fizz lifestyle, and I'm not talking about what the music label is today or anything like that. Any of the allegations that came out, none of that stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about being a kid and being a teenager in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, and literally just hearing rap, hearing music that's coming right next door. You're getting it literally hot off the press, and we're talking about partying and we're doing party drugs, and this is what we're doing now. And so now I'm in college and I've been moving X and I've been pushing stuff around, and now we're going to take a trip down south. We're going to take a big old boatload because there's a big party. There's a bunch of people that need it. And we're going down south and I'm going. And boom, come crashing down in Long Beach. So in Long Beach, there's a specific park. Well, it's really the beach. So when you go down, I believe it's Ocean and Cherry. So when you go down Cherry and you end um, at the end of the road, you hit the beach. You hit it's like a park. It's like a big park right there, and then there's a way to drive down. So me and the homie had been driving all night long. Had been smoking, all that kind of stuff. Stupid, again, dumb shit. And it was almost to the destination that we're going, some place that we needed to land. And unfortunately, needed to use the restroom. And man, I kid you not. What ended up happening was we pulled over at the beach like some dummies. There was nobody there. It was vacant. It was like 7 a.m. We just walked over to the bathroom, used the bathroom. On the way back from the bathroom, my friend fires up a cigarette. And the thing about the beaches down there, well, California is, and I didn't know this because I don't smoke cigarettes, it's illegal to smoke in state beaches or the parking lots. So as we're walking back to the car, two people. 7 a.m. sweatsuits, you know what I mean? Like Nike Tech suits, but not that back in the day, just like a regular sweatsuit. Because what was Nike, but the tech suits weren't around back then. This is like in '07 again. And so, yeah, got arrested and taken in. Long story short, I owe my life to my best friend who happened to find my lawyer while I was locked up and posted the bond so I could get out. Ended up paying him back, paid for the lawyer. The lawyer on my case knew the DA since college. They had been college friends. And so on paper, I had been arrested before for like something minor, but I didn't have anything seriously on my record. I had a clean record practically, besides traffic stuff, you know. And he took him out to lunch, and they worked out a deal. And I had a probation with a joint sentence over my head, suspended sentence over my head. They originally were trying to give me 10 years and 4 months. That's what my case carried for possession with intent to distribute of ecstasy, MDMA, and then the marijuana that we had in the car also was like a couple P's. So, at that point, it was just all looking bad. And they came with the deal, took the deal, and I was on probation. But I wanted to share this photo. So, this is what I looks like. Oh, it's not a tab. Let me see a window. Here we go. This is me when I got arrested, man. Look at that. Your boy is tore up. Again, I am stressed out right here, right? Stressed the hell out. Have been up all night driving. Face looks like burnt as fuck, like whatever for whatever reason. Um excuse me. But yeah, I got arrested, and again, this was when I got arrested. It's kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. And so, what ended up happening was I didn't fully learn my lesson. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go back to dealing drugs, right? But I had really missed like a narrow I almost like didn't make it, like straight up. I almost didn't make it because I was at a place where I was in my car. It was in my possession. I should have went to prison, but thank God California is a very liberal place and I got a second chance. So I went home, immediately began working with my pops because I couldn't really get a job that was going to pay me the way I wanted to live. So I started working with him. I still had to file probation stuff. Every month was filing probation, and then what ended up happening was I was kind of screwing around. I had been like bouncing around, just hanging out, partying again, like being out, clubs and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I was just living reckless again. So I had to go to court for probation. It was like a checkup, like a 2 year. I had 3 year probation. It was like a 2 year checkup. And so when I went to my probation hearing to follow up, I think it was to see if I can get off early was originally what they wanted to. And I don't know. I'm hoping if this channel ends up becoming something that somebody will actually go through and find my paperwork. I have it somewhere. I have some stuff somewhere. I got to look for it. I have like the court notes, the court minutes, but it's been put in envelopes and stuff somewhere, and I gotta go through things. I actually have a stack of papers I gotta do for tax season, which is annoying, but purpose price of being self-employed. So, anyways, so back to what I was saying. I got had been screwing around. I went to court. When I went to court, I was in court in Long Beach again, down at the Long Beach courthouse. The judge who was hearing me was a completely separate judge, like completely different person. She looked at my record. She looked at, I think I had been like on a speeding ticket or something. Something had happened. She looked at everything and she was like, "You got caught with everything you got caught with, and you only did 11 days time served." She's like, "They gave you too good of a deal." She's like, "And I don't think you've learned your lesson." She's like, "I'm recommending you get 6 months in LA County, and if you try and fight it, I'll give you a year." Man, I was there to get off probation. I thought that's why I was there. Nope, not why I was there. So what ended up happening was I got taken into county and I did 3.5 months in Los Angeles County as Fairfield Johnny. But I wasn't Fairfield Johnny back then. I was just Johnny. I had been really trying to turn my life around, and this was finally the final chapter, man. This was finally it. So I did 3.5 months in LA County. I hit like 11 transfers, every single dorm damn near. Wayside, Supermax, MCJ, 5800, 5600. I hit the the 2-man cells to transfer out. I hit everywhere. Supermax, all that stuff. They shift you around. They pass you around the beds because they get more money, I guess. That's what everybody says. Who knows? We'll leave the conspiracies up to Rios. But from there, I thought I was getting released. This is embarrassing. I thought I was getting released, but what ended up happening was there was a warrant for me because I had been screwing around before. There was a warrant for me in San Luis Obispo. San Luis Obispo. So San Luis Obispo County had a warrant for me. It was for some dumb shit that me and a friend did. We literally did some dumb shit and I got in trouble for it. I took the blame once again. It was my lawyer that got the deal in the first case, and then now I'm in this case trying to get out. However, the difference is I had been doing time in LA prior to that, and then I went home. I had bailed out from there, and I went home from then. I had been doing well. So I had been, going to church, working, keeping my stuff clean while I was trying to fight this case. So the problem was the people that were victimized in this situation. It was a burglary, so that way the victimization doesn't sound, anything too crazy. But it was a burglary. It was a residential burglary, actually. They were pretty adamant about pressing charges. So instead of releasing it or letting it go or realizing, hey man, I'm doing better in life, like can you just let this go or anything like that, they were very adamant about pressing charges. And rather than going to prison for 2 years now, instead of just getting off probation and dealing with that other thing over there, instead of that, they now wanted me to go to rehab. So I got sent to rehab. And this is another time that I thought for sure I was going to prison because I did the thing that they accused me of doing. Um, I was right there in the courthouse. I just got done serving 3.5 months in LA for a probation violation, essentially, is what it was. And now here I am about to go to prison again for 2 years for residential burglary. But instead, they said you can go to a rehab because at this point my claim was that I was doing all this in a time that I was on drugs. Like I had gotten arrested for the drugs, clearly. So that was my claim. And again, California liberal laws, a lot of people take advantage of the abuse laws. They could be dealers and they'll claim abuse. Some people won't do it for pride reasons, but you got to take advantage where you can. So I was given a second and a third chance, to be honest. And I took it, and I haven't looked back since. So in 2008, though, 2008, something crazy happened, and we lost somebody important to us in Fairfield, Matt Garcia. And Matt was a friend. He was a good dude. I really, really, really liked Matt. Spent a lot of time around him, but I was not one of his best friends. I was not one of his homies, one of his day ones, like a lot of other guys. We've known each other since we were kids. We grew up, same park, you know what I mean, the same neighborhood, all that kind of stuff. But Matt had some really, really good homies. And when Matt passed away, his license plate became the foundation logo in our town, and a lot of the homies got his tattooed. I waited for a lot of years to get a tattoo of it because rather than getting it because Matt was my friend, Matt helped save my life. So September 2008, losing Matt Garcia was part of when I started to turn my life around and started to go on a better track. So the court system let me go to rehab, and I went into rehab in 2010. So 2010 to 2011, I did a rehab program in Sacramento under the supervision of Pastor Goudeaux, Calvary Christian Center. And that brings me kind of to my next part. So I just wanted to tell a little bit about my story, a little bit about my background. I've got LA County jail stories. I got some cool stuff to talk about. Some crazy things for me being a kid from up north and going in there, getting pressed, finding out my everybody finding out my family's from Compton, people finding out everybody has tattoos from my cousins, the doing their tattoo work, stuff like that. So it was a very interesting education that I gained being inside of there. All aside from all of my knowledge that I had of Los Angeles, going to county is a whole nother ball game. It's a whole life and experience. It's something crazy, and I'm thankful I went there and came home, and I never went back. But LA County is nuts, and so yeah, I got county stories and stuff like that. But anyways, what was I gonna say? So I went to rehab, and like I said, going from getting busted to life now today, 17 years later, working for myself, every single thing for the last 17 years, everything I've eaten, everything I've purchased, every trip I've taken, every experience I've had, everything I've done has all been off self employment. That's one thing that I love about Terrell and Pun is that they're real entrepreneurs at heart. Jack as well, they're businessmen, and they really, really are building something from the ground up. And I love that. And that's what I think is fun here on this channel is you guys get to see proof of concept, right? You guys get to see somebody get inspired, somebody jump into this and see where it goes. And I'm giving myself a year as a benchmark of I'm willing to commit some time and some energy to this and see where it goes to develop it. But as I said, when I went to rehab, I went to a program called the Overcomers Program. The Overcomers Program is a residential treatment facility in North Sacramento. It is an entire apartment complex that's owned privately by a church, one of the best churches in the world. And that church funds it. They fund this rehab because they didn't want to be tied down with all the laws that go with separation of church and state to say you can have a rehab, but you can't teach God or the Bible or pray or do any of those things. So I went to that rehab. You do have to like pay your part. Luckily, thanks to God, I did have a regular job as well during the time I was in a customer service position for an online store, like a supervisor role in an online store. And so I got unemployment while I was in rehab, so it just covered my rehab and it covered my stay, and I got my life together, man, and I changed my life, and I've never looked back since. So I just real quickly, in honor of Black History Month as well, I wanted to bring up something that's pretty cool. And again, this is something here in Sacramento, something you're not going to necessarily get everywhere else. And so I want to bring up somebody and show some recognition to somebody that deserves it. And so I have a tab right here. Let me see. And this is pretty cool. So this year they did the Sacramento Bee. Let me actually just go to the top right here. So again, in honor, this is in honor of Black History Month, as well as just part of someone that means a lot to me. All right, here we go. Shit. All right. So Sacramento Bees Black Change Makers meet the top 20 change leaders changing the region's future. And then it has all the people that did the story. So let me go down here and right here. That's my guy right there, man. That's Pastor Philip George Goudeaux. So I'll tell you a little bit about Pastor Goudeaux, but I'll just read what they wrote right here. But this is the man who runs Calvary Christian Center. It's a huge church in Sacramento, in North Sacramento, in Del Paso Heights. They call it DPH, nicknamed Dirty Poor Hungry. It's the hood of Sacramento. You do not want to be messing around in DPH if you don't need to be. But the great thing is the church is there. It's a beacon of hope. It's a huge building, and they give everything, man, everything back to that community. So again, I want to go ahead and read this. It says, Philip Goudeaux, pastor of Calvary Christian Center. Philip Goudeaux has always heeded the call to help others. It's a calling that has guided him since he was a child, as a young man discovering deep and abiding faith, and for the past 45 years as pastor and leader of Calvary Christian Center in Sacramento's Del Paso Heights neighborhood. I don't know when I started to have the urge to help people, said Godot, 75. I didn't know what a mentor was, but I wanted to help people and do things that made a difference. Godot's ministry began in the family living room in 1980 when he and his wife, Brenda, a Calvary Center leader, opened their doors for Bible study. Calvary since sprouted centers in Elk Grove, East Sacramento, and Loomis. Today, sons Philip II, Nehemiah are Calvary ministers. Daughter Kamitra serves as the center's administrator. Those are all the homies. It's an honor to me. They've watched me help people. They've seen me do these things, and now they're following me. It's amazing, Godot said. Calvary offered rehabilitation services to help those struggling to overcome addiction, a food ministry to provide meals and support for the insecure, for the food insecure, a partner with the city of Elk Grove to provide refuge for the city's homeless, and its business faith connection to help people develop and build small businesses. Godot calls it marketplace ministry. God wants us to be successful, to make others people's lives better. He said, through his faith, though his faith was a constant, Godot's first passion was the law. He studied to be a criminal attorney at Sacramento State in the 1970s. He worked in Roseville's rail yard to pay his way, facing prejudice. And I'm going to talk a little bit better about that. They didn't really say that right. He started a Christian fellowship at the rail yards that lasted 6 years until establishing Calvary in 1980. If you can do something to make a difference, all of us should be change makers, he said. It's not about getting ahead, it's really about helping people. God wants us to use our faith for other people to help them make a difference. So that's the man right there. One thing that I definitely wanted to kind of expound on for sure was what they said. They said that, okay, am I back? Woo! You guys don't even want to know what I just did. However, very interesting to do that while nobody was watching. I literally just kicked the power cord and turned off the whole computer. So that was pretty interesting. Anyways, back to what I was doing. I was talking about Pastor Godot. So let me get back to that real quick. And actually, let me do a couple of quick things because the computer turned back on. I need to end this. Yeah, my bad, guys. That was crazy. Wonder how it looked on your end, but I'm guessing it just froze because it looks like it. The time kept going, so I don't know how that's gonna work, but it is all good. Fix the camera a little bit. Oh shit, I don't want that. Oh, well, actually, I think that's better. It's so funny because tomorrow is like a certain day, and I'm not even gonna bring it up, but we'll get to that topic one day, I'm sure. If I keep doing this, and I'm still not liking that. Ah, I see it. There it is. That's what's wrong. Got him. Got him. Yeah. Yeah, I like it like that. I like it like that. Okay. So back to what we were talking about. We were talking about Black History Month, influential top leaders, changers for the future, Pastor Goudeaux, my guy. So while I was talking about that, here we go. All right. So this guy right here is a good man. I'm trying to tell you guys that that was the whole point of all that. Is that's a good man. I salute him. I celebrate him. Black History Month. There was a time, a long, long time ago, he was a Black Panther. That some of his story is that he is a pastor that was once a Black Panther in Sacramento. He was the Minister of Defense in the Black Panthers, if I believe correctly. But he also is a very intelligent man. He's super, super cool. Great sense of humor. Hilarious. Good father. Good husband. And just a good old mentor. Someone who has really raised me up, helped me from getting my life together from a stupid, 25-year-old, 24-year-old. I was 24 when I went into rehab. 24-year-old kid who, made every wrong mistake, but helped him get it together. And he taught me how to do that. He taught me how to be a man. He taught me how to be accountable. That's the number one thing he taught me is how to be accountable, how to be a good man, and how to be accountable. Because one thing about me is I'm going to accept the accountability and the responsibility on my end. I'm never going to put that on somebody else. It's always going to be on me. Again, which is one of the reasons why, like I said, I'm a single person is because right now I don't want to put my issues and my problems on anybody else because I'm in the middle of building something, man. I got some stuff that's going that you guys will be a part of and all listen to at one point whenever this all takes off, whoever that is. It'll be fun to go back and look on. Am I building a YouTube channel and trying to build a comedy career out of all this? But also, um, I am building another business and another brand that this is only going to help market. It's only going to be awesome if I build a community and a following here. You guys see me do that at the same time I develop a pizza place that I'm developing. You guys are going to freaking love it. And I got an idea for how this is all going to come together, but it's a process. Like AD said today, he is proud that I started the channel because it's the first step. It's the first thing in getting it going. But I'm that kind of person. Like I have no problem. Whatever it takes, like however we got to get it done, I'm gonna do what it takes. And I've always been like that. And I just didn't have a real desire to stream like this because I don't, like I said, I don't really particularly. I know, it seems to be coming naturally, but I don't particularly like talking to myself. I like having conversation with people. It's one of my favorite things in the world is to sit down and have a conversation with people. And so, since this is a little unnatural for me, practicing like this and doing it more and more, learning to stay on topic and learning to stay in the flow, I think will be helpful. Once I get to where I'm trying to go with this. But like I said, my goal is to develop this into a comedy career. This stream, I have a couple ideas for some podcasts. Um, that I want to develop over time with people. I have talked to some real good friends, my boy Mission, about doing some content. Like I said, I got some people I want to bring in. That'll be a lot of fun. But I was just reading honoring Pastor Goudeaux. I was sharing that he passed. I don't know if you actually know this, but Pastor Goudeaux had gotten 20 influential makers for Black Change Makers, I think it said was the title. But that had some stuff in here and it mentioned the rehab. And I've been rambling and talking for 45 and all that stuff. So I wanted to honor Pastor at the end of that, and that's where I got to there. But what I was looking at this, and this is just random, so this is some fun stuff now. So I'm gonna turn this. So I've just been rambling for 48 minutes about rehab, about how I got arrested, that kind of stuff. But now I'm gonna take this to something a little fun. All right. So when I was looking this up, I was like, man, this Sacramento Bee article, like I remember Tony, my friend Tony, had one like this, and it was the same thing. So this one is 2024, right? Because this came out well, it's 2025. It came out 2025. This one right here is the homie. So this is homie, and his name is Tony Christ. Um, and this is right here, the Black Change Maker. And Tony is a super unique individual, someone that's super dope. Him and his buddies run a promotion crew called HOF. HOF is better. And so if you look down right there, it says Tony, creator of Hoff is Better Instagram brand and an entrepreneur with vision, capital management, talks at the B about being a black change maker in 2023, and he hopes to bring to Sacramento, and the change he hopes to bring to Sacramento. And again, it's Black History Month. This is from 2023, but Tony, I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. Tony runs Tiger. So Filthy Gorgeous Tiger is the spot to be in Sacramento. That's where everything dope happens, like all the big shows, the after parties for the big. And he released his brand. I gotta get the name right. What is it, Medici Sidori or something like that? And shout out Fifth, man. Shout out. Sorry, my bad. I know I'm talking about Tony, but shout out 50, man. You are an inspiration. You are someone that I've looked up to for business, not just for that, but hey, bro, we come from the Bay, come from the West Coast. That whole Tupac energy that you've been given since you got here been amazing, and you are one of the pettiest people in the world, and I love it. I love that about you. So shout out to Fifth. Game recognized game, man. All right, so back to Tony. So, and I probably could find a picture of Tony and 50 Cent right now too. So shout out 50, man. I support everything you got going, bro. So it says Tony, it says Christ, which is hilarious. It's not Jesus, but background. Christ is an entrepreneur constantly looking to fill the void for whatever is missing in Sacramento. Over 15 years ago, he and his friends homes. They built a reputation under the brand Hoff is Better, hosting different events such as small concerts, festivals, and block parties, showcasing local talent. Accomplishment: Christ curates hospitality through Tiger Bar and Restaurant, and recently Solomon's Vinyl through the Vision Capital Management. He partnered with organizations including Last Supper Society, FHM Group, Downtown Sacramento Partnership, and Old Sacramento to host social entertainment and nightlife events such as Dinner at Tiger, which I love. Dinner at Tiger, that's fun. So Dinner at Tiger is like you get a dinner and a show. So what they do is well, though that's the dinner and a show one, but the Dinner at Tiger, they have dinner. You can have dinner there. They have food. It's amazing food. The menu is off the hook, but the dinner where they do a show, you pay and they have a chef come in. They have a specific menu with all the items that are going to be listed on the menu, a band playing a private show. So you're pretty much getting an exclusive dinner as well as an exclusive show by a local band. It's amazing. And shout out to Philharmonic, the one that I went to. The Philharmonic played, and then we had man, this is how good the food is. We had and I love food, but we had these shrimp and they had like some olives that were all deep, boy, fire, amazing. I wanted to bring up Tony as part of this. Like I said, not only did I see when I was looking at it, that was a Sacramento Bee, black influential change makers, but also too, Tiger has, my bad. Tiger has been on a renovation and is reopening tomorrow night, and I'm going tomorrow night to Tiger. So if you're in Sacramento, if you're in the Sacramento, Northern California region at all, we're gonna be at Tiger tomorrow night. I say we, it's just me, but I'm gonna be around people, and those people are gonna be at Tiger. And so let's see here. Let's share. So look who we got coming to town tomorrow. Kalen for real is gonna be in town tomorrow in Sacramento. So please, he's been here before. We want to have him back, and it's gonna be a good time. I'm not a part of Tiger. I'm not a part of that stuff. I just love going out downtown, and that's where I like to go if I'm gonna go, especially if I'm gonna get some food. I'm definitely gonna try and go to Tiger, check out their menu, see what they got. So tomorrow night, if you haven't already, hit the RSVP. This is the place right here, Filthy Gorgeous Tiger. It's one of the dopest spots in town to be. Also, too, like I'm hoping whoever catches this stream, if you're an artist and you're coming out this way, man, tap into some of the places that I'm going to be showing. Just reach out to them because they have parties. It goes up, man. Sacramento is a place. Thanks to Tony. I'm sorry. Thanks to Tony. Thanks to his homies Robbie, and you see right here, Shino Smoke, those guys. And I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but they get it cracking. And I'm just giving you the heads up on what's going on here in Sacramento a little bit. So once again, uh, shout out to Tony being so influential and a change maker out here. He's a founder of the No ID app, and so he's doing some really innovative things. And then we're gonna be at Tiger tomorrow night. Kalen for real after party from the concert. So it's gonna be pretty dope. It's gonna be pretty quickly. Because I'm gonna get off here pretty soon. There's only been one person. Um, oh, okay. Is it back? I don't even know. He's not even in here. Okay, perfect. All right. So, this is pretty cool. All right. So, what happened? What happened was after talking to you guys about the Amazon yesterday and talking about my trip to the Amazon. My friend Serge actually watched the video. So my friend Serge is one of the Amazon guides that we were with when we went to the jungle. So Serge is super dope. Serge actually is Colombian. Now check this out. Serge is Colombian. He was in Colombia during the whole Pablo Escobar like murders, like when everybody was getting killed, the cops were getting killed, all that kind of stuff. His mom fled Colombia and she went to Switzerland. So he grew up in Switzerland. He speaks French, he speaks German, Swiss, and then he speaks I think he speaks Dutch and he speaks Spanish because he's Colombian. So anyways, he watched the stream and I was telling him like, "Hey man, I talked about the Amazon and I'm going to talk some more. I do want to finish my Amazon trip so I can show you guys some other cool parts of that video." But when I told him about that I had talked about the Amazon, he's all, "I have a video that I haven't posted yet. I'm going to send it to you." And I was like, "All right, let me see this." So this is an exclusive video from Amazon jungle that has never been posted. No one's ever seen this, and it's pretty crazy. And I'm gonna find some pictures and videos to show you guys later of Surge because Surge is crazy, man. Surge's hand looks like this, and when he turns his hand around, there's a huge scar running through. And what happened is he is a jungle guide. So part of the thing that the jungle guides do is they literally pick up snakes. They go through the jungle and they'll either take you on a walk, they take you on a hike, and when they come across snakes, if it's something that's not dangerous or poisonous, they'll try and pick it up. Well, what happened is a lady had told him, one of the other guides said, "Yeah, that's not a poisonous snake." And when he went to go get it, it definitely was. It struck him, right? Then he was like out, dying of the venom that was, and they had to take him from the jungle to the hospital. The hospital could only be accessed by either trekking, hours and hours to the jungle, which he's not going to do, dying of snake poison. And what ended up happening was Jin, our guide, the one that with the hand that was our guide through the jungle, he took him in the canoe at night, guided by the freaking moonlight through the Amazon jungle, got him to the hospital and got his life saved. So that's why I was thankful to have him as our guide when we were in the jungle because I was scared a lot. I was scared a lot when we were in the jungle. There's some parts of the video that I didn't talk that there are so many spiders and different things that can just bite you and one bite and you're dead, especially without the immunity and everything from over there. So, anyways, Serge sent this video. I want to share it with you guys. It's pretty cool. This is and this is what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to do individual, unique reactions to stuff that you're not gonna really just see shared on like the shade room or somewhere else. You know what I mean? So check this out. This is pretty cool. Let me see here. Put this window. Oh, all right. So this is Serge right here. Again, Serge is Colombian. So you see these boat they're in. Like they're literally in a wooden boat put together. And then here's a platform. So this is, I believe, when they were cutting up the fish. So this fish right here is called a piraricu. Piraricu is like the red fish. It's some crazy fish. But if you look right here, and my frame rate is not the best right now until I get everything upgraded the way I need to. Pause it and show you what. Watch right there. You see? Do you see that? Do you see the head sticking out? And do you see his finger? That's his good hand. It's the other hand that he's missing a finger on, right? See it? See, it's missing right there. And I don't mean to be so graphic. I have pictures of it and like a crazy video when it was like freshly done. I have it on another phone. I got to get that phone downloaded, like everything loaded from that phone on here. But here we go. Watch this. Do you see what he's doing? He's waving to it. I don't know what this looks like, but watch this. And I'm pausing this because the frame rate sucks. So I'm pausing this so you guys can see it as I go. Ready? Yo, look what he grabbed. Yo, what the? Look at this. Look at him. And again, this fool only has 9 fingers. Look at his left hand. He's holding it with the bad hand. Oh my god. Woo. That's crazy right there. Sheesh. Let's go back. I want to watch it one more time. Is the point okay? So now you see it again. The frame rate sucks. I apologize. Hopefully, it doesn't look too bad. Watch. Here it goes. What? Look at the coloring under the belly. So isn't that interesting? So it's obviously a water snake. So when it's in the water and it's like the top is in there, it's very, very like hidden. The camo is not, colored like the grass or anything like that. But underneath it has all these beautiful spots and coloring, which I'm also guessing might be if there's like fish in the water and they're looking up, they might think that it's like a lure or a bug or something, and then maybe it's the way that they get more food. I'm actually not sure what kind of snake this is exactly. I can ask him and see what he says, but yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is a huge snake. And that's not a snake that was in a cage and some guys walking around the park. That is the Amazon jungle right there. Look at behind him. That is the Amazon. My boy just pulled that out of there, man. Cool dude. He's in, I think, part of my video too. Super cool dude. So if you want to follow him, Sergi Travels. So Sergi Travels. That's his page right there. And let me see. Let me do it right again. Again. All right. So that's it right there. That's his page right there, man. And this was him. This was the video when I sent him a video. I'm like, what the cutting up? Or I sent him a message. Look at this piece of fish that they're cutting up right here. See, aripame guías. Or piraricu is also another name of the fish. I looked it up right here. Piraricu. All right. Cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know if that video did play or not, but my brother said something went. So wait, you didn't see any of the video of him pulling the snake out of the water? Okay, hang on. Try it again. Dang. All right. Okay, look. Okay, wait. Before I do that, okay, before I do that, okay, hold on. Before I do that, I'm just gonna do this. I think it worked better when I could do like the window. Um, can you see his hand? It's black again. Can't see anything. What? I wonder why it does that. Hmm. Okay. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Open up the stream in a muted window. Let me try it like this. Oh, you know what? Maybe it works. Okay, yeah. Now you can see his hand. So this is the guy that he's picked up like crazy snakes, and he had his hand. He was bit right, and he's had to take his finger off, and the scar goes all the way down his arm. It looks hella crazy. But the video he sent me. So this was the video he sent me. Let me go back. I did not want all this to be on here, but whatever. Here was me. Okay, can you see the video now? Okay, can you see it? Is it showing? Okay, perfect. All right. So this is what I was reacting to a moment ago. So okay, so like I said, this is Surge, and so here we go. Let me back it up. I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna back it up. All right. So you can see right here, he's on a little Ricky Dink boat. This is the little boat. They're cutting up a fish. So they're literally cutting up a fish right here, and there's a little snake head. Well, a snake head in the water right there. And here it goes right here. And again, this is in the middle of the Amazon. Everything I said earlier. Here it goes. Frame rate. I don't know how the frame rate is on this one. And there he goes. He just grabbed it right there, and then I'm gonna play it. Look at that. This dude gets me every time because I met this fool. This is the homie, man. That fool's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. So look, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back so you can see his head now. Look how big the head is right there's how look how big the head is, and then watch again when he goes to grab it. Like that's all he sees is the head. Here goes. Ready? Look at that. That is nuts. And I guess the homie Sergi. So Sergi travels. Go follow him. Sergi underscore travels. That's the homie right there. Look at that, man. That is crazy. So, anyways, all right. Now that I know that works, and now that I know I gotta have an open stream, um, yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad I got that, even though I had to display all my Instagram DMs. Oh well. All right. Well, the only last thing I'm gonna talk about real quick before I go, the only last thing I want to say real quick is that this Saturday we're gonna be at the Young Bari music video shoot in Oakland. It's gonna be Saturday, 5:30 to 9:30, roughly, or I think that's the time on the flyer. But if you want to go, if you want to be a part of it, just tap in with me on Instagram at Fairfield Jonny. We'll talk about that. Other than that, just remember no es una mala vida. It's not a bad life. I got another hour put in today, trying to get better at this. I was rambling a lot until I kicked the power cord and turned off the stream. Yeah, that happened today. So yeah, just appreciate everybody tuning in. Those who watch this back later, Yeah, appreciate you guys. No, it's no mala vida. It's not a bad life.